Hello, everyone. So we're going to talk about the copyright assignment. I did not enjoy this one. The reason why I did not enjoy this one is because I struggle with that as an educator, knowing what you can and can't, and this made it even more confusing for me. After reviewing the Copyright Fair Use website, I was reading it, and I'm actually on it right now, still reading it. I'm just confused as to, it's just a lot. You have to know, there's so many guidelines you have to go through to figure out what you can and what you can't use. The factors under that codified Section 107, the Copyright Act, there's factors including the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of their portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. Like, there's so many different things you have to look at. When you look at the particular use of the copyrighted materials in relation to those four factors, you have to ask yourself, certain questions like, does the new work transform the original work or offer something beyond the original? Is the use for nonprofit or educational purposes? Is it the copyrighted work published or unpublished? Is the original work out of print? It's just, is the work factual or creative? Like, you have to look at so many different things, and it's really hard. And as a student, I do remember a lot of my teachers probably using a lot of videos and presentations and a lot of things that they shouldn't have used. And it's just we're not educated enough on this topic. And as educators, you have to be careful because any wrong thing, you can get fined or sued or anything with this certain topic. And that's why I don't like it, because it scares me a little bit. What examples have I experienced with my educators have broken the copyright laws? I really can't think of one specific example. Excuse me. But I do remember, thinking back, they probably did use a lot of, like, in Indian, I know, our basketball t-shirts, there was the Air Jordan, the Air Jordan where he's like dunking it and his legs are spread out. Well, we used that but put an Indian head on it. So I don't know if that was copyright, but I'm guessing that was. Because the only thing we changed was put an Indian head on him. So that could totally have been copyrighted. But once again, I don't know, and I don't know the criteria with that. So, and then on the fair use quiz, I did not do very well. I got a 64%. In every question, I was kind of, like, I'm not for sure. This might be, this might not be, because they were kind of seemed like trick questions a little bit. And the questions that surprised me, I have this pulled up as well. So the musical. So the elementary school did the play Cats, and they transcribed the lyrics and puts it on the school mini musical. And then the teacher plays the music by ear on the piano, and the students perform every song. And they didn't put, an admission charge, and that's legal. Let's see. That is not illegal. The copyright holder sells the performance rights to the school in a very specific way. If you want Cats to buy the performance rights and then sell the tickets if you have to. So it was very confusing to me, and it surprised me quite a bit. I had a lot that I was like, oh. Like, a media aid tapes 60 minutes, the show, and every week in case teachers need it. This is fair use. That's not true, because it said that you don't do it unless they request it, and you don't do it in anticipation that the teacher's going to request it. So it was kind of odd. And I obviously have a lot to learn in the copyright assignment for educators, because I am not knowledgeable enough about this topic. So it was interesting to know and interesting to read and scary. But I will probably look more into it because I do not want to do any of that as a future educator. Thank you.